Everyone in the cafeteria saw her sitting alone. No one bothered to ask who she was. Just another woman in an old uniform, quietly sipping cold coffee. But when the door opened and a 4-star general walked in, the entire room fell silent. It was a rainy Thursday morning on the base, the kind where everything felt grey, including the people. She sat in the corner by the window, her posture straight, but her eyes heavy with years no one cared to count. The cafeteria buzzed with young soldiers. Laughter, clattering trays, stories of promotions and weekend plans. She didn't fit in among them anymore. Her uniform wasn't standard issue. It was older, faded at the edges, patches slightly frayed, buttons polished to a dull shine. She ate quietly, her movements deliberate, almost ceremonial. Every so often someone would glance her way, then look off again, whispering, "Who even is she?" She didn't respond. She just looked out the window, watching the rain gather in silent puddles, maybe remembering another storm long ago. The younger officers had nicknames for her. Ghost, some said, because she appeared and disappeared without a word. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Military Stories TV so you never miss these true stories of courage. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from today? Others claimed she was just a retired clerk who refused to move on. Every morning she arrived before sunrise. Same table, same seat, same quiet coffee. No one ever saw her smile. No one ever saw her talk. That morning, though, something was different. A ceremony was scheduled later that day. A visiting 4-star general was expected on base. Everyone was rushing, cleaning, checking uniforms twice over. And there she was, the woman no one noticed, quietly folding napkins beside her untouched breakfast tray. The new recruits passed by, laughing louder than usual, showing off their badges, pretending not to see her. She didn't mind. She had seen hundreds like them. Confident, loud, unaware of the history their boots walked on. Then a gust of wind pushed the cafeteria door open. A few soldiers turned, straightening their backs instinctively. Through the doorway, an aide hurried in, followed by a tall man in a crisp, decorated uniform. The air shifted. Laughter stopped, chairs stilled. The 4-star general had arrived early. Every soldier in the room rose to attention, except her. She didn't move, didn't flinch. She simply placed her cup down, folded her hands, and stared ahead. The general scanned the room, sharp, calculating, then suddenly froze. His eyes locked onto the woman in the corner. He didn't hesitate. He started walking, each step echoing louder than the last, the sound of his boots slicing through the silence. Every gaze followed him. When he stopped in front of her table, no one breathed. And then the general did something no one expected. He stood tall, heels together, chin raised, and saluted. For a moment, the world held its breath. The young officers looked at each other, confused. The cafeteria manager dropped a tray. The woman slowly rose to her feet. Her eyes, tired, kind, unshaken, but met his. She returned the salute with steady grace, like muscle memory born from decades of service. The general's voice broke the silence. "Ma'am, it's an honor to see you again." A whisper spread through the room like electricity. "Ma'am?" someone mouthed. "Who is she?" He turned to the room, his voice firm but reverent. "This is Colonel Evelyn Hart, first woman to lead a combat rescue mission in the Gulf. 47 soldiers came home because of her." Gasps, silence. Even the rain outside seemed to stop. The recruits, who had mocked her silence, lowered their heads. One of them, trembling, whispered, "Sir, I didn't know." The general looked at him, then back to her. "None of us asked." That's the problem. For the first time in years, she smiled, small, humble, but alive. The general gestured toward her seat. "Please, Colonel." "Allow me." He pulled out the chair for her, a gesture that seemed to echo through every corner of the room. The soldiers straightened their uniforms, ashamed yet moved, realizing they'd shared a cafeteria with a living legend. As she sat down again, her coffee had gone cold. The general called for a fresh cup, black, 2 sugars, just the way she used to drink it on deployment. He remembered, And as the rain began to fall again, the sound felt softer, like the world itself paying quiet respect. The young recruits never forgot that morning. They spoke her name with reverence now, not Ghost, but Colonel Hart. And though she never sought attention, the silence that once surrounded her was now filled with gratitude. "Some heroes never stop serving," the general said softly. "It's just that the world sometimes forgets to notice. Tag someone who serves quietly but deserves to be seen."